Okay, don't worry. We got you ready here. So we're talking about medical marvels, I'm going to call them. Donating umbilical cord blood, that could save a child's life. So what does that mean? What is it? How do you do it? Well, we've got a doctor here, Fabio Triolo, clinical cell therapy expert at McGovern Medical School at UT Health. So thanks for being here. A lot of questions because it sounds like, okay, cord blood, that sounds like something in the future. So what is cord blood and how do we get it? How do we donate it?
Right. So cord blood is basically the blood that is contained within the blood vessels of the placenta and the umbilical cord. The reason why it's so important is because it contains stem cells that could actually potentially save a child's or even an adult's life.
So how would we go about donating that? That's not something that like I could do today because you would have to have just recently given birth, I'm assuming.
Well, you actually donate right after you give birth.
Okay.
So it needs to be coordinated. I would say start talking about it with your gynecologist, with the hospital about 3 months before your delivery so that you can coordinate everything. Here in Houston, for example, the public cord bank is the MD Anderson Cord Blood Bank.
Mm-hmm. And then can I ask you, is there an additional process to donating? Because you've just given birth, right? So you've been through a lot. So is this an additional process or it's something that can be done at the same time?
Nothing changes for the mother or the baby because this is done after the delivery has been carried out and after the cord has been cut from the baby. So it's absolutely non-invasive and the routine clinical care for the baby will always prevail.
Okay. And then what can be treated with cord blood?
Well, in the last 30 years, which is how much time that cord transplants have been around, there have been 40,000 different transplants done throughout the world on more than 80 different pathologies. But generally think about hematologic disorders, blood cancers, leukemias, lymphomas, myeloblastic syndromes, inherited metabolic disorders, sickle cell disease, thalassemia, and there's a lot of attention now being placed on looking at clinical trials which are being experimented right now in regenerative medicine applications. In particular towards various types of neurological injury that are generally sustained in or around birth.
Now, can I ask you, is it one donation could help one child, or is it one donation of cord blood could help a myriad of children?
Well, one cord blood unit right now has enough sufficient cells to treat a child or a small adult, but there are various efforts being developed like in developing technologies to expand cord blood stem cells or co-infusing multiple units, like 2 units to treat a larger patient. Consider that of the cord blood units donated, only about 8 to 12% of those could treat a patient as big as I am.
Right. Oh, wow, okay.
But there are ways of going around that.
Okay, so
the important thing is not only donating to increase the number of available cord blood units for everyone in need of a transplant, but especially to increase the diversity, because there are ethnic groups such as African Americans, Native Americans, Asians, Hispanics, Latinos who are underrepresented. So we need to increase that. So hopefully one day no ethnic group will be underrepresented.
Okay, so just go with your doctor and see if that might be something that's right for you. Thanks so much for coming by. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Talk about medical marvel. Am I out of reach by saying it's a medical marvel?
Well, it's a great resource to have available. Absolutely.
We'll call it an advancement. Okay, and then we can also talk about advancements when it comes to technology at any given time. I mean, it seems to be moving at the speed of light, Jose.
Oh, yes, a lot of technology and a few gadgets that you